What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are talking about it because it was trending on Twitter, which means that it represents every man, woman, and child on the planet Earth. Hashtag make Solo 2 happen. Oh, it was a phenomenon. Everybody was talking about it. It set the world on fire. Every country, every nationality, every religion was for it because it trended on Twitter. At least that's what the weirdos, the Disney Star Wars fandom weirdos want you to believe, that if it trends on Twitter, then it must mean everyone, every single person believes it. Not only, and this is the logic of the Disney Star Wars fans, not only is it every man, woman, and child currently on Earth, it represents every man, woman, and child past, present, and future. That's how stunning and brave it is. That is the power of Twitter, because in these weirdos' minds, Twitter is real life. It is 100% authentic and represents real life. So again, we did see make Solo 2 happen, which is nonsense, because I'm not sure if anybody remembers, but hashtag Solo lost money, because Solo did lose money. So therefore, from a business perspective, it doesn't make sense to get a Solo 2. I know that you think that if it trends on Twitter, then that means that it has to happen, but that is not the reality of the situation. Solo, look, I didn't see Solo in theaters. I watched it well after the fact on Netflix. It's not like the worst thing ever. It's not The Last Jedi. It's far better than Rise of Skywalker. But it's still just forgettable. I mean, if anything, the only thing that was accomplished yesterday with this trend on Twitter is that it reminded me that Solo actually did happen, like it was a movie. It wasn't just my outro hashtag. Like, it actually did happen, which that's the only thing, you know, because more often than not, I forget that Solo actually happened. When people talk to me about my favorite Star Wars to my least, I have no problem bringing up The Last Jedi and how much I hate it, or The Rise of Skywalker and how terrible it was, but I just don't remember Solo enough to even have a opinion on it anymore. You know what I mean? I get that there are some people out there that like it, and I understand that, but at the end of the day, if you loved it so much, why, instead of tweeting constantly about it now, why didn't you go see it when it was in theaters? Now, I know there's going to be people in the comments, Jeremy, I did go see it. I saw it. Congratulations. I'm not saying literally no one saw it. I'm saying overall, Solo lost money. Therefore, there is no good reason for it to have a sequel. It lost money. It was not financially beneficial to the company. Therefore, no matter how much you tweet, no matter how much you hashtag, you did not go support this movie when it was in theaters to the point where it makes sense to have a sequel. This is the same mentality we see with all the people that want to preach about how much I love roast Tico. I love roast Tico. They get on there, the blue check marks will tell you about it, and then I've seen Ichibaka actually say, like, if you love her so much, well, why don't you post some pictures of your toys? And they can't, because all of the Rose Tico figures are on the shelf because no one actually buys them, because they believe if tweeting and hashtagging, if they do that enough, that means that there is this groundswell of support. That is how their minds work. And again, Solo was a bad idea before it even hit theaters. Solo was a bad idea when the initial idea for this film to exist was introduced. At that moment in time, that's when it became a bad idea, because it was never a good idea to give us a Han Solo prequel around the same time age that Harrison Ford was Han Solo in the original trilogy, and you're trying to play within that time. No one's going to recreate Harrison Ford. It was a bad idea, but it was Disney's attempt to recreate and rewrite history with iconic characters, and gladly it failed, and it failed miserably. Also, Kathleen Kennedy, a terrible leader, someone who waits until the film is 80 to 90% done before she decides, hey, you know, I'm going to stop making coffee for a minute, and I'm actually going to go do my job. And she finds out that it wasn't what she wanted after it was 80 or 90% done. So then she fires Lord and Miller. She brings in Ron Howard because he's going to do exactly what she says, yada, yada, yada. It ballooned the budget, and the whole thing is a disaster. And again, these people want to tweet about it, but then they fail to think about all of the problems, the fact that it lost money. They ignore all of that. Because if it trends on Twitter, then it must mean that that everybody wants it. That's not how the world works. Now, will we get a Solo 2 ever? I mean, I don't think we will, but they do have Disney Plus now. I don't know how much that changes the business model. So I guess in theory we could get a Solo 2. I don't think it's going to happen, but the potential for it to be there needs to be noted from that perspective. I don't think we're ever going to get a Solo 2 released in theaters or anything like that, but whatever. But I do have an idea. I do have an idea where we can bring all the fans together. All the fans from the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and even the blue hair weirdos of the sequel trilogy. We can bring them all together. And I have a movement that we are going to start, and the fans are going to speak. And if we can get this trending on Twitter, it means every man, woman, and child, past, present, and future agrees, according to the weirdos on Twitter. And that is release the Lord and Miller cut. Oh, you heard me. If you didn't, all the way in the back, let me repeat that one more time. Release the Lord and Miller cut. Hey, reportedly 80 to 90% done. Something Kathleen Kennedy didn't like. And if Kathleen Kennedy didn't like it, that means there was probably something good going on. So, Twitter, you're telling me it's real life. You're telling me if it trends, then it means every man, woman, and child, past, present, and future wants it. So let's get Release the Lord and Miller cut trending on Twitter. Let's have our voices heard. This is a moment we can unite the fandom. I'm obviously being sarcastic, but I do want to see the Lord and Miller cut. I think that would be fantastic. So let's make it happen. We also have more Star Wars news. Check this out. This is hilarious. Star Wars website writer claims he was fired for supporting Rose Tico. I can't even do the voice. I think I've been doing that voice way too much, and I can't continue to do it. If I'm gonna do the voice, I'm gonna have to get a swig of water for the working man. So we're gonna have to do a jump cut. So swig of water for the working man, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. All right, so I don't know much about this story yet, so we're going to read into it. All I know is the guy says he was fired for supporting Rose Tico, which is pretty laughable. And I do know he has me blocked. So he has me blocked on Twitter, and he says he's fired for supporting Rose Tico. So we'll see. I don't know. Star Wars website writer Alice Kane, who wrote a number of articles about replaying classic Star Wars games like Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, Republic Commando, and X-Wing Alliance, claims he was fired from writing for the site because of his support of Rose Tico. He claims finally got removed from the contributor section of StarWars.com for not liking one bad movie. He added, I wrote for them for almost 3 years. It's a bummer. He explained, anyways, freelancers, all you have is your voice, and companies like Disney will absolutely work to silence it the minute you speak about the truth about anything. Stay honest. Then he detailed that he was fired because of his support of Rose Tico. To be clear, this was a small symbolic gesture that affects little, and yet I've known it was coming since the moment I tweeted hashtag Rose Tico deserved better. He added, but if they wait a few months, they can just deny this, I'll be fine. He elaborated, I knew this would happen the moment I joined the Where's Rose crowd, but it still hurts. It's symbolic, but ugly and petty. Kane then detailed that StarWars.com was the lowest paying client I've worked with in the last 4 years. He also indicated that he hadn't written for the site since November or December. Searching his profile, which is still available on StarWars.com, his last article was published December 12th, titled How Star Wars Jedi the Fallen Order Connects with the Larger World of Star Wars. Before that, he had not written for the website since September, when he wrote an article titled 10 Essential Star Wars Games You Can Play Right Now. Kane would explain that his work is still featured on the site and his profile can still be viewed, but he was removed from their featured contributor section found at the bottom of the News Plus blog category. So, all I can tell you is the guy has me blocked. Yeah, right here he is. So, he has me blocked. I've never heard of this guy. I've never interacted with this guy, but he has me blocked, so I have no idea. To me, on the surface, based on what I'm seeing, it sounds like you hired an SJW. The SJW probably wasn't doing his job. You let him go if his claims are true, and then he's playing the victim because I supported roast Tico. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know, but when you have me blocked for no reason whatsoever, that tells me that you're one of these weirdos who can't take opinions, which you tell people your voice is all that matters. Don't let them try to silence you, yet you're blocking me. Like, why am I blocked? You know, if my voice is all that matters, why am I blocked? Which I've never had an interaction with you to my knowledge. Either way, it's funny, and, you know, I guess we'll see how this story continues to play out, but, it is hilarious to watch these people eat themselves alive over and over again. What do you guys think about all of this? Will we get a solo 2? Alex Kane, Mr. Checkmark, who has me blocked, but he says he was fired for supporting Rose Tico, and then he tells independent voices, you need to be heard. Don't let them silence you. Yet you silence people that you disagree with because Geek Man bad, right, Alex? Right, Alex? Anyway, you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Solo lost money. That's why we're not getting a sequel. Raylos are weird. Fuck Naughty Dog. And we will talk to you later.